Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of WMSE's Local Live. My name is Cal, sitting in here by myself today. ERIN's off doing fun stuff. She'll be back next week for our exciting live broadcast from Chill on the Hill, like we do every year around that time. It's going to be a blast. But tonight, we've got a newish band. They're called Beach Burial, and they are out in the studio getting ready to play for us. It's a two-piece featuring Tom Ulwig on guitar and vocals and Elliot Hess on drums. And they just put out their debut album a couple weeks ago. It's called Dog Years. And they had a single that they put out earlier than that, but this is their first full length, and it's been a long time coming. I guess they've been working on it since about 2016. And this is the kind of music I think is specifically invented to anger your parents. It's very noisy, very spastic. I'm not saying it's unstructured, actually quite the opposite of that. It's kind of more of a math rock tip, and that's kind of, I think that's the best thing to describe it. If you go to their Bandcamp page, you'll see a lot of different tags, but definitely that sort of complicated rhythms and stuff like that, and a lot of noisy guitars, and they definitely make a lot of noise for two people, so I think you're going to enjoy this if you like that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it sounds in the live setting. I've listened to the new record a couple of times. It's good stuff. And yeah, we just got a quick message to get to here from our friends at Club Garibaldi, and we'll be right back with a live performance. Stick around.
WMSE's Local Live is supported by Club Garibaldi. Located at 2501 South Superior Street in Bayview. Open 7 days a week, Club Garibaldi serves burgers, hot wings, and more, and features live music weekly. For more information and Club Garibaldi's live music events, visit clubgaribaldi.com.
Thanks, as always, to Club Garibaldi for helping to make this program possible. And now it's time to turn it over to the Bob and Genie Friedman live performance studio. Here is Beach Burial.
Bus stop shelter bolted into the salt-stained concrete, standing certain.
Hi, this is James Alex from Beachline, and you're listening to WMSE 91.7 Milwaukee.
All right, we are in the studio with Beach Burial. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
You guys want to give an introduction on the mic so people know who's talking when?
Yeah, my name is Elliot Hess, and I play the drums in Beach Burial and many other projects.
All right.
I'm Tom Olwig. Play the guitar, not the drums.
You don't play the drums.
Play the guitar in Beach Burial and some other things.
Vocals.
And vocals. I
Yeah.
just can't forget about the vocals.
Yeah, they happen sometimes.
All right. Any other projects you want to tell people about that you're in? While we're getting started?
Tom and I are actually in another project with our friends Joey and Mace, and it's a grindcore project. It's called Nuclear Family. Been doing stuff for a while. Went through a lot of vocalist change-ups, and finally have our vocalists secured. Tom and Mace do vocals in that project. I play drums. Joey plays guitar. And
I'm just screaming away.
it's brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I can let out my singing, but that's where I do all the growls.
Cool.
Growls.
And there's a couple other projects. I have a solo thing I do called Arbors and Jaws. Just kind of folky sort of guitar, acoustic guitar and singing. And Elliot plays drums sometimes with me on that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it works out. I'm in this other project called Some Strange Kaleidoscope. And that's a totally different style of music. I'm playing much more 4/4, but there's still a lot of room to explore within that. Yeah, you're also in Opia.
I am in a different metal band called Opia, where I just play guitar and do vocals. A lot of different projects. Beach
Yeah,
Burial's
you
the
guys
main
are-
focus for us. Though.
Do a lot of collaborations too with
Cool.
random people, and yeah, just love creating, love seeing what we can do, listening back and digging it.
Yeah. All right. Now this may come as a shock to you guys. I've never actually been to West Bend. Is that where you
Heard
both
that.
grew up, actually?
I actually grew up about 15 minutes outside of West Bend in a little town called Fredonia.
Okay.
I'm from West Bend, and I think I met Elliot probably when I was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
There's a space in West Bend called the Candlelight Collective, where
I did,
everybody like had shows and stuff. It was the only place in West Bend to have shows, and like the surrounding 30 minutes. Of
Yeah, where we could all congregate.
Yeah, it's either that or go to Milwaukee for a show.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but we actually had a really solid scene back then. It just closed down, I think last year or the year before. We've been out of West Bend for a while now, but it's definitely what that town needed. I know it made a huge impact on my life. Just finding other people to connect to.
Describe it a little bit. Like, what was the space like? And
the space was
community.
actually
So cool.
it was awesome. It was in the basement.
Like of a storefront, like
Yeah.
a downtown center kind of area.
Yeah, and the landlords actually owned it and were part of the collective, which is kind of funny that a landlord would be part of a collective movement. But yeah, there was a bike shop, there was a silk screening
Free
spot.
library.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
We could bring people over whenever we wanted to. We all had keys.
All
so,
ages space, yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, basically 24 hours. So we would just go there, and as long as you respect the space, it'll stay open. Unfortunately, when we all moved out, it just kind of fizzled out. Yeah, back there. Yeah.
Okay. So is there something that's taken the place of that in West Bend? Or
Nothing
any
good.
idea?
I mean,
Never
the
heard of
storefront
anything.
became occupied, and I think it's like storage for like Halloween props
Yeah.
for like some event.
The only other place that I ever played a show in West Bend was like at a church or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other venues. I haven't.
Oh yeah, no, there's no other venues as far as I know. I mean,
You
we've
gotta
both
come
been
down to
out.
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Do a dirty,
But,
cringy basement show.
yeah. Now Tom and I are part of this space that we started in St. Francis. It was called Gold in the Fridge, and we're actually going through a couple change ups there. But we had some pretty crazy shows there. Wolf Eyes played there. The Kaiju played there. And a bunch of others. Like, we just started it last September, and we've had a lot of shows already. But we took a step back, yeah. But we'll be back at it. But that's our practice space now. And before that, it was just basements.
Yeah.
And wherever we
Yeah.
could set up drums and get permission from the neighbors.
And that's where we recorded the album too. Was in this practice space.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some of the songs are in my basement, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy just piecing it all together in all those different spaces and making it sound cohesive. But we're happy with it. We recorded it all ourselves, mixed it all ourselves. We sent it off to Justin Perkins at Mystery Mastering Studios, and it came out really well. Yeah.
Mastered that real nice. Sounds fat.
Yeah, and we're already recording more. I laid down 7 drum tracks yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And
our friend Dominic's helping us record some new stuff.
yeah, who's in Entrana. Entrana's a very sick band.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah.
Too many shout outs.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like this album that just came out was kind of a longer process in making. Was it a long process writing as well as recording?
Probably even longer than recording, yeah. I think the oldest song on the album is probably from like 2016.
Yeah.
And like we had all these like 15 songs written, ended up being 13.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I guess we probably started recording the album in 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like for real started recording it. But then last year is when it really came together in the beginning of this year.
Yeah. And like, I mean, it was a learning curve for me. I was learning how to use Pro Tools and like just getting my hands in there in addition to like doing drums, and a lot of setbacks with like hard drives crashing and like just loss of like great takes, which is like, I would say a big part of it. So many great takes. And I'd say that's a part of why it took so long, but we're stronger for it. And yeah, I mean, we'll still do some self-recording in the future, but I think we can both agree that giving it to somebody else to handle that and just focusing on doing our music would be ideal.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So the lyrics on this album are pretty emotional. Kind of puts you through the ringer. Are there any like real life experience you want to tell people about that kind of inspired you on this, or is it just kind of all over the place?
Definitely a couple songs written about real life stuff. Me and Elliot did like probably half and half vocals on the album.
Lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics. I do all the vocals, but Elliot wrote a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some specific stuff. There's definitely Talented Friends is about West Bend and like skating in West Bend.
Yeah.
Having little hiding spots and
kind of
missing that sort of thing. A lot of the album is about missing things from the past, kind of.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia, but I mean, like the title Dog Years is a reflection on how time can be fleeting and just appreciating like the details and trying to get the most out of that. So yeah, I mean, like Tom said, we both write a lot. So there's just like a lot of bits and pieces from different days, some really specific, some more general. But I would say they're all like based on experience, and it was just seemed fitting, I didn't grow up listening to math rock particularly. I grew up listening to like more like Power Violence and punk and stuff like that. But I love freeform music. I love jazz, and I love math rock too. But I think
I'm definitely a math rock boy.
Yeah, Tom's a math rocker over here for sure.
But and like I like the emo aspect of a lot of
I do too
of the stuff. So I try to make my vocals kind of sad, but
I think
it's kind of how it happens.
Yeah, so. And there can be a certain sense of timelessness too with it. So we wanted something that we can like look back and reflect on, and it reminds us of, where we're at now and where we've been, so on and so forth. So
when did you guys come to Milwaukee?
2016 for me.
Okay.
I came 2014, I think. Yeah.
Did you move just to get away, or was there a job or school?
I went to UWM for electrical engineering for a year. Did not enjoy that. I just moved in with my buddies who are currently in a couple bands. They're in Entrana.
Winterborn.
Yep, Winterborn. They have like their whole little group of bands that they're in. They're very talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
yeah.
I moved into a house on Wheel Street, I think in 2015, and then I've been in River West since then.
Okay.
Yeah. Just playing shows.
Yeah.
But I think me and Elliot probably played some shows in Milwaukee while we were living in West Bend. We came down. Definitely a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Like the Borg War, or like Cocoon Room.
Yeah.
Even like
spots.
the Center Street Collective when that was open. Classic Bremen. Quarters, of course. Shout out Pete.
Pete.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in a really small town, and in a lot of ways, I learned from that.
You came down to Milwaukee because you wanted to hang out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because I wanted to hang out, and I wanted to get out of the smaller
music.
environment. Yeah, I just wanted to get things going.
Yeah,
so
we never jammed when we knew each other in West Bay.
Yeah.
I think it only started when we started living close together.
Yeah.
Just like walk over to each other's houses.
Yeah.
Right now we live like next
Across the
door.
alley. Yeah. And that just happened to happen. So life is funny.
Let's talk about quick the video for Ghost Theorist.
Ghost Theorist.
Short and sweet video, but some cool concepts in there.
Thank you.
Whose idea was that?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
when we went into the day, we were like, we're gonna have a little party.
Yep.
Just come on over and hang out.
Yep.
We had our friend. We do like all the camera work with like a crystal involved.
Yeah, our friend Eddie did a lot of the filmography, and like, you know, we gave our friends some cameras, and we wanted something spooky, something ghoulish.
Yeah.
It was Halloween, so we wanted something fitting for that, but we didn't really have a concept. Like I said before, a lot of it's just like appreciating your friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we wanted something dark, but also something that, you know,
it just all kind of came to be too. I think the thing we went into with Ghost Theorist was, we know it's called Ghost Theorist.
Yeah.
We know we want to make it spooky. We know we want to have like a pentagram involved and maybe some sort of summoning.
Yeah.
And then there was the monkey costume.
Yeah.
And
that was our friend Ren.
You have the sun mask on. I'm wearing a pizza costume. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
and
like
then those
puzzle pieces.
Those deer heads I found in the alley like a few days prior, and it's just like, it's actually for taxidermy. So those are just skinless, fleshless deer and
It's
two
so
heads.
scary.
So we summoned them. We
happy.
found a chain in the basement. So we just like used props, pieced it together, and came out really well.
Popped a couple ollies over a garbage can.
Yeah,
Got yelled at.
yeah,
by our
definitely
neighbors.
skateboarding is involved. Skateboarding beach burial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a skater punk.
Skater punkers thrashing around. Yeah.
Wannabe skater.
And you guys just played at the River West 24.
Yeah, we
that was
did.
So awesome.
Are you guys into cycling, or is that just kind of a scene
I
type of
participated. It was actually my first year.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. We didn't come anywhere near like winning, especially knowing that I had to play a set the next day.
thing? Yeah.
And then after that, we recorded those 7 tracks. But
I like a good cycling, but I was working at Dino's River West.
yeah,
all
down at
week.
Dino's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was watching all the bikers going by, jealous, but I was lucky enough to play that like afternoon show at this house in River West at our friend Matt's house.
Yeah, Nausicaa.
And it was so
Matt Glassell.
freaking awesome. So many people that would have never like seen us or been in a basement even to begin with, like came, saw a song, and then went back on their bikes.
Yeah.
And like I feel like we reached probably like 100 new people.
No
just
doubt.
doing that, and it was pretty fucking.
Just because you could be heard from the from the streets, and people just kind of wandered in.
Yeah, it was actually an unofficial checkpoint.
Okay.
So people could get bonus laps, spin a wheel, and whatnot. But all the touring bands dropped, so it was actually Beach Burial and then Cream Vellum. And then Matt was like, do you guys want to play again? And like we were saying before, Tom has this Arbors and Jaws project that, you know, I know the drum parts for as well, but is an acoustic project. But we did a lot of Arbors and Jaws tracks, and then we sprinkled in some different Beach Burial tracks that we didn't perform before. So it was a different set technically, but
it was a lot of fun.
it was an excellent time. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Before I send you out for your second set here, just tell people where they can find your music, and do you have any gigs coming up that you want to tell people about?
Yeah. So our music is actually everywhere.
We just got it on Spotify.
Yeah, iTunes,
Anything
Amazon
you can think of, I
Music.
think, right?
Yeah. Bandcamp, of course, YouTube.
Yeah. And,
stream it, buy it, whatever.
If you go to Bandcamp, you can buy shirts and
Yeah.
or not
yeah,
shirts yet, but CDs and tapes.
Yeah.
We have like an online store.
Yeah, yeah. We have an online store. Come to our
As
shows,
for
buy some merch.
shows coming up, I don't think we have anything planned, but we are playing some shows in Nuclear Family, the metal band.
Yeah.
We're doing some of that next month, but we're definitely working on getting some Beach Burial shows coming up.
Yeah.
here.
We're gonna be playing We're going to be playing X-Ray Arcade, first of all.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
And then we're going to be playing Impulse Fest, which is happening at Club Timbuktu, the second weekend of August on a Saturday. Can't think of what day that might be offhand, but... and then that Thursday beforehand, if you're doing the math, we're going to be playing X-Ray Arcade with that project.
It'll be hardcore evening.
Yeah.
Screams
And we're
and
in the
chugs.
midst of recording an album for that, too. But yeah.
Cool. Check the Facebooks, and I'm sure people will be able to
Instagram.
find out.
Yeah, we got
All
Instagram.
right.
Yeah, Beach Burial, MKE. It's our handle, so...
Cool.
Yeah, let's get to it then.
All right, well, let's hear a few more tracks live in the studio. We'll be right back with those. Stick around.
Hop in and do the time warp with the Von Muns.
All right, throwing it back out to the Bob and Genie Friedman live performance studio. Once again, here is Beach Burial.
And I'll always miss the fortunes in the forest. The path always hidden to those. The The path forward is filled with doubt. All who say they know what is okay for you simply casting shadows onto time poorly spent. Distant regret, even
friends. My name is Bill. I'm in a band called Faith No More. And listen, when I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I like to listen to WMSE in Milwaukee.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's edition of Local Live on WMSE. Local Live is a production of WMSE Radio, recorded and broadcast live from the Bob and Genie Friedman Live Performance Studio on the downtown campus of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Local Live is produced by Aaron Wolf and Cal Roach and engineered by Billy Cicerelli. All video by Moleskin Productions. Hospitality for Local Live artists is provided by Cedar Teeth Pizza, who can be found online at cedarteeth.com, Anodyne Coffee Roasting Company at anodynecoffee.com, and by Sprecher Brewing Company at spreckerbrewery.com. For local live videos, follow us at WMSE Milwaukee on YouTube. For upcoming guests and archives of past local live performances, visit WMSE.org. And tune in again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Local Live.